Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Saturday. Ooh, I didn't even get ready. Saturday the 22nd? Come on, phone, don't be messing with me. Uh, of course, it has to shut down and then you have to go through all the steps of opening it back up again. 22nd of April, 2023. Quarter of 6 or so in the evening, and it is 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 71% humidity. Y'all may have seen those clouds. It's 26 Celsius. So we're headed out, more just to babble and yak than anything, but I was thinking about heading down to the beach. Trying to think at the moment, it's like storm clouds are really building. My other idea was to head down to the bridge in the city to see if I could get some sunset pictures. But, I mean, the clouds are not real promising. So, I guess we'll head this way. This is the way to the city. Towards downtown. On the bank of the river, etc., etc., etc. So, we've been there in the past, or I've been there in the past. Many of you all have come along with. So, man, I was out, took that walk yesterday with my roll around walker. The problem is it makes you feel better than you do until you've gone too far. I think is the problem. I didn't really finish it. My legs were really bothering me. They bothered me all night last night. My hips were bothering me. I'm popping aspirin. Got up this morning, had to pop aspirin. Actually, on my second dose just before we left, or just before I left the house. So, second dose of the day. So, it's just because I am so out of shape. I don't do that much walking. I wasn't expecting the paved trails. That's hard on the feet and the ankles. So dirt is a whole lot easier to work with, to walk on. And that's why I bought the walkers that I did with the big tires on it, so that it works on the sand and the dirt trails. So that asphalt was not my friend yesterday. It's a shame. I used to really like going to that place, and that's kind of spoiled it for me. They improved it. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, I had stopped and got 2 more quarts of transmission fluid for Sherry yesterday. I put those in, and she drank that down, and it's gone. It's just, it disappeared somewhere in the system. So I don't know how much more I could put in it. That's 5 quarts we put in it, and it's still not showing on the stick. So I am thinking / hoping. I mean, I've got my fingers crossed, my eyes crossed, and my toes crossed That the problem is something like that, just low fluid in the transmission, and maybe a throttle positioning sensor or something that isn't acting properly. But it runs fairly decent, and then it doesn't. So it's like as soon as the transmission fluid that you put in gets sucked up into, I don't know if it's getting sucked into the converter or what. Yeah, it just starts. It's not running right. It doesn't shift. So, excuse me. I have to see where we go from here. Probably drop another couple quarts in. Hope that works. Well, I thought they were putting a walleye in there. It's a big Circle K. That's a shame. I don't like Circle K ice. I much prefer Wawa or Gate. I guess really shouldn't complain about free ice though, right? But it does make a difference. You know, some of it, like stuff at Circle K and Racetrack, melts way too quick. It's too fine of a crush. So anyhow, ooh, sky's looking great, isn't it? I mean, right ahead where we're that bright spot ahead of us is pretty much right where we're headed. So all that dark off to the left is coming this way. Huh. All right, people. Let's slow down to a stop before we... Oh, really? Arr. That's a cute little scooter. I like that. Huh. Okay. It's kind of amazing to me how people don't get out of the way of an ambulance. I mean, even though I drove an ambulance forever, and I know how it is, people they refuse to get out of the way. Like sitting in a traffic light like that. They'll be like, "Oh, what are we supposed to do?" Well, everybody else is stopped. You go through the light and let that ambulance come up behind you and through the intersection. Right? I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Or, I mean, I guess I probably could have turned right at that intersection, been a little bit more legal. But then I'd have had to turn around and get back out on the road. And, yeah, the heck with that. I could go through the intersection and up on the curb. So, that worked. Dude, secure your load. Man. Anyway. Oh. I've got a project I'm trying to get done. If any of y'all remember that orange suitcase that I found some time ago, I want to mount it to the bumper hitch rack on the back of this, and I saw it. Like I pulled down this big old box of nuts and bolts that I've got. I thought I had a lock hasp, like for a fence. I was thinking I had one of those, but I don't, or at least not in that box. So that's the box I put the majority of my miscellaneous nuts and bolts and screws and etc. So I may go ahead and get the box mounted and then pick up the hasp later. We'll have to see. Another idea was maybe mounting the walker in the back, because right now it takes up the whole back seat of this truck. So maybe if I could mount it on the back rack. I'm not crazy about it being out in the rain, but it may fit in like a 55-gallon trash can liner. So, but again, I need to find some way to secure it, whether that's a cable or a chain. Looks like we're going to get some liquid sunshine. And I didn't bring any soap. Can't soap the truck down. Dab nabbit. Actually, I think the weather was calling for rain through tomorrow, so I may not actually get my box mounted the way I would like. Not a major big deal. It'll get done. I want to try to get through some of the stuff that I have in the back that I could put in that box. Get it out of the inside of the truck. Maybe make it a little bit more accessible. I don't know. That's my thinking anyway. I got all kinds of stuff back there. I got the walk table, or the walk board that I use as a table. I've got the short walk board that I use as a stool. And then, my whole box of cooking supplies. And then I'm not 100% sure what all's back there for being out camping or just cooking on the side of, at one of these parks or on the side of the road or whatever. I'll tell you what, one thing I was talking about, doing a bug out bag and yada, yada, yada. And I've said it in the past, if something happens, I'm probably not bugging out because, well, yesterday's a prime example why. I walked maybe a half a mile, somewhere around there, and I was dead meat. I mean, that was it. I got to the house, I could barely walk to the kitchen to make myself a drink, or stand there and make something to eat. My hips were screaming, so I could just imagine trying to walk 20 miles. Even through Jacksonville. If I wanted to turn around right now and walk home, it'd take me 2 days. And what have we been on the road? 15 minutes? So, yeah. Me and bugging out, yeah. I'll have to have enough stuff in here to survive with for a few days. That's a possibility. In fact, that's basically how I'm set up at the moment. So, but that doesn't mean I can't do a bug out style bag with what's inside of here. That's a possibility. Same thing with like making a still, not for alcohol. One of the problems of bugging you out or going walkabout like here where I'm at right now, most of the water systems that we've passed over are brackish. So other than like some retention ponds, or if I could tap into a house line or something like that, in order to get water, if I'm going into one of the creeks or streams or the river, it's salty. So filters don't filter salt. Imagine that. I thought, they'd have something like for lifeboats or something. But no, they have like real onboard desalination machines and stuff. Like LifeStraw does not make one that I can find. Maybe I'm using the wrong search terms. If anybody else knows, help a fella out. Give me a shout. Give me a link. But for the most part, water filters do not remove salts. So, I mean, okay, yeah, there's plenty of pools and backyards and whatnot, but then you're running into other people's water supplies, and they might not appreciate it that you're in their yard raiding their water supply. That's how you get extra holes put in you. I have enough problems walking with the holes that I was born with. I don't need extras. I don't think any of y'all do either. So, let's see. I don't know. I haven't been this way in ages. I'm not even sure if I can still get through this way. I got this all turned around. Looks like I'm going to be able to get through here. Road subject to flooding. Well, yeah, the river's right there. Oh, whoa. Anyhow, there's a radio station right up here. One of our main radio stations. TV, whatever. Channel 4, WJXT. And they've got the road closed. Dagnabbit. All right. It is what it is. I knew they were doing construction down there. And this should tie me into one of the roads I want. This road will get me where I want to go. See, like all this water over here, you would think, cool, you got water. It's slightly brackish. It's not heavy salt, but it does get some saltiness to it. So, and if it doesn't, you don't want to risk it. Like, you don't want to be, even like drink part of it with the salt in it. So, because it does have salt in it, and it's going to really mess with your system. So, it's better to be safe than sorry. There's several ways of making a still. I mean, there's a solar version. Actually, there's numerous solar versions. And I've been kicking that around in my head. There's a couple of ideas that I've got on ideas that I've seen online. That I think will work, but they have to be tried out. So I'll give them a try coming up here. I hadn't even really thought about it until I don't know, a week ago or so. I just kind of like thought, well, if I got to get, then I'm getting, and I wasn't even thinking about water. And then I started like thinking about it as I was riding. It's like, well, if you had to stop and get water, where would you stop? And it's like, well, no, because that's brackish. You can't drink that. No, that's probably brackish. You can't drink that. So, I need to come up with a way to desalinate water. So I'm in the wrong lane. Go, brat buggy. All right. What's that car doing? All right. Yeah, we're almost there, folks. I don't know if you came along with me last week or not. I think it was last week, maybe the week before, when we crossed over the bridge. I made a left-hand turn. I was coming from the other direction. I made a right-hand turn there and got up onto the bridge. Whoops. Stop sign. Ooh, that rain's coming down now. We can go look and see what it's doing here at the river. And then I'm going to go ahead and end it all right here, folks. Well, I'm not going to end it all. I'm going to end the video right here. So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they ain't, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.